Ahoy, it's Ike here, and welcome back to a special edition of Alchemy Factory where I'm going to give you some tips for starting out in Alchemy Factory. If you find these things useful, it'd be great if you could like and subscribe. First things first, the upgrade bench. It's our first tip. So you can build the upgrade bench or workbench pretty early on, and if you click on it or select it, then basically you can buy things. You can buy gloves to increase your speed of which you stack things into the shop. Inventory, where you can increase the amount of stuff you can carry. Potion reduces the amount of time you sleep. Why don't and also increases your movement speed. That went really high then. Strange. And also the final one, which I've got already or fully upgraded on this let's play, is the building. So you can build floors, stairs, things to make your life, your design, your factory a little bit easier. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tip number two, upgrades and research. So when you level up, when you hit a new wizardry level, when you've completed the task for that chapter effectively, it says you get 2 points, and it isn't very clear where you spend those 2 points. Basically, if you go to the Z menu for your research and then look over here, it says upgrade, and this is where you spend your points. You can also reset them, but it allows you to improve various things on the actual in factory to make your conveyor belts run faster or your machines work faster, or you can get like more value and get people to buy more stuff when you use it. You can also increase when you get to the point when you're actually doing research. So when you finally get to the point where you're producing Jupiters, you can basically stick them in an altar and you can get research for them and increase the upgrade, how fast you will get more points. So they are very useful to get, and it improves the way your factory runs and the speed your factory runs. Okay, right. Number three, hint number three, try and build on tables. So the reason why I say to do this is because it allows you to, or it certainly allows me, it allows me to sort of like contain my designs within a certain space, and sort of forces me to think about how I'm actually doing my resource production and how I'm producing items in the factory. So I tried to limit myself to just putting each sort of function of a process onto a table. And this is just when you start with, and maybe you get different tables later on, but this is a standard measurement. Also, things kind of work quite nicely on here. So for example, like, you know, you got enough space to put two saws on there, or you could like get like three, not three, two again. See, look at that, proves how much I know. You can get like two on there, and that lets you put two in there, and you know, it allows you to then build on the edge there, and then you can carry it through, and then you'll find that you can do most stuff in that kind of space. And that's for the sort of simple designs when you start off. So, you know, just to show you the practicalities of how you can use it. And I think probably going for compact designs is kind of what you want. So for example, this is a pretty nice little compact design. This makes healing potions. As you can see, it takes the potions on there, all the ingredients in there, grinds them up, turns them into potions, all on a single table, and it's quite good for like your brain, really. The other reason why, and that's sort of like tip number three, tries to use tables, but tip number four, and it sort of goes hand in hand with tip number four, that you use blueprints. Blueprints are available. You may not have access to like the blueprints menu, but you do have access to the ability to copy and paste using blueprints. I think pretty much to start with. You can't save them, I don't think, but it's been a while since I've been low level and not had the access to blueprints. And the reason why I say this is because you can like go, oh, I'm going to make a lovely array of, oh, I love this factory, it's lovely, it's great, I love this design. So I'm going to duplicate my design. So you basically say, I want this repeated over and over. So you just hit B, select it, hit F, and then you can just reproduce it as many times as you want. And this will save you loads of time, especially if you're doing annoying things like certain little micro designs you want to repeat. The other thing with blueprints is if you hit B and then you hold down Shift, you can do an area select. And you can select multiple things and then just go replicate them again. So that is, blueprints are very, very, very useful. Right. Tip number 5. And this is like more of a hint than a tip. When you're doing this, I say this, saying use tables, but this is something to be mindful of. Seriously, have I got no glass? Why, game? Why? Like all good things, you know, the best examples always involve going to get some glass. I'm just going to quickly grab some glass because this is a conversation about. I should have checked this out. It's always like I'm leaving it in because this is the best way to do it. Right. Next thing, pipes don't automatically copy unless you select them. So we've got a pipe. This is not how pipes actually, well, actually it kind of is. You've got a pipe origin going off to, oh, you've got a pipe origin going off to somewhere like, oh, get very angry, the pipes, don't they? There you go. So you've got this pipe stuff here, okay? And you go like, oh, I'm going to make a copy of this wonderful design. So you hit B, you left click. As you can see, you select the bits that are on the table, but you do not select the pipes. They aren't copied of it. So when you copy across, you're missing your pipes. Now you can do it. It's just a bit of pain. It's a bit of pain. So you basically go B and then you just individually select each pipe. I know it sucks a bit, but hopefully they'll fix this and this will be an invalid tip. And then you can just copy it and it will copy it. So you can do it. It's just a slight fiddle. So if you do bury your pipes deep within a design, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna bury my design in a nice little box. And you're like, oh, I don't know, my pipes are there still. Until he pipes. He pretends to pretend there aren't any pipes. So when you copy them, they just won't go. So, yeah. There you go. All right. Also, when you delete, as you can see, they're not getting deleted. So you don't want flying pipes. Something to be mindful of when you are playing with pipes. Right. Number 6, I would say make a money bus running around the edge of your base. A 1 square distance. Now, when I started off, I made the mistake and put my money bus here. My money bus here, and I was thinking that's a good plan. Yep. I was thinking that was a good plan. Smart move. The only thing is, if you put it on the outside, when you go to try and build walls, which you will want to do, you can't do it. So you want to leave 1 space gap just so you can build walls. What's going on? Sorry, you can build walls. Okay. Nice one. Okay, right. So my left stopped working there for some bizarre reason. Okay. Early access. So yeah, you want to build walls. walls around the outside of your base. The reason why you want to build walls is because you need like a support wall, something like this, just to support, because roofs do require support in this game. And you want to build vertically because you can build up and have like a 2-story building, and then yeah, so that's important. Okay. Right. What else? Automate your shop as soon as possible. This is advice I would say. You want to automate your shop as soon as you possibly can. And the reason why you want to do that is because these people will give you money. And basically, if you don't automate it, then you have to keep coming back and you're going to have to keep selling people stuff. And it's going to be super irritating. And you don't want to be doing that. You want to be sitting there busy business of building your factory. You just want the automation to go ahead. And you don't want to be messing around with anything else. So yeah, I would say automate your shop. And the way you do that is you literally start with conveyor belts to come from your productions into your shop. Along here, you can go through you can build eventually you'll be able to build like little holes in the wall if you wanted to. So you can have like an array like this. And then you want to basically use the catapults to hurl goods into your display cabinets, and then people just come and buy stuff. But yeah, and you also want to buy, as soon as you can, buy one of these things. Buy a till. They're really, really useful. You get tills from in the shop here. You have to purchase one because you can't make them. You just purchase one and you just go and place it on a counter. So if you wanted to do it, you just hit counter, buy one of these, and then just select it here. Where is it? I'm blind. There it is. And you just stick it on there. Look at that. And that guy's like, I love it. I'm using it automatically. There you go. And they will just buy stuff. You can then pipe your money down into your money bus and out into the building. I also like to divide some of the money off and stick it into my little personal stack of money so I can buy myself goods and ingredients. There you go. That's tip number 7 apparently, or make your shop. Right. Next up, beams. Beams are very, very useful, I think. They're very underrated, I think, in my mind, because when I started off, I was like, what is the point in these beams? Now, maybe the first beam isn't very good. The first beam, honestly, is pretty lame. The basic wooden beam. Yeah, the basic wooden beam, not so good, because it's just not wide enough. As you get access to iron and you start making iron, now the iron beam, I think is actually very useful, and also the steel beam when you can get it. So, and the reason why I say this is because you can actually use an iron beam to do this, which is incredibly cool. You can get a beam and you hit T when you got beams, you get different sorts of beams. So it's important that you consider your different beams, and then basically you just flip it around, put it on like that. And then, why is that really good? Because what you can do is you can just quickly do this. I think you'll probably see where we're going here. Hit beam, 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 and then basically you can put that on top of that. So you've increased your verticality. Verticality? Yeah. That's the word. And then obviously you can, you know, put in your conveyor belts up and do it like that, and make it work. And then you've basically stacked. You've increased the amount of stuff you can do. Okay, yeah, that's beams. Beams are useful. Right. Number 9, and this is a piece of obscure stuff. I just use it, right? Basically, you'll get a carpentry quest here where you get the ability to make shelves. Now, shelves, everyone likes a shelf. I like a shelf, but you can stick a shelf on a wall. That's pretty useful. But the thing you can remember, right? And this is a very important lesson. Shelves. Shelves don't just go on walls. You can put shelves on blocks, on structures, and that's why it's really cool. Is because this is the only way I've found so far to create a surface you can build across that doesn't require a routing point that allows you to build underneath it. And the reason why it's really handy, because you can do stuff like this. He says, telling you why it's really handy after telling you about the beams. But beams are good. I like them for that. But you can do this. Right. You can do this. There you go. So you can actually have you can do that. So basically you can stack things and you can use beams to or you can use shelves to put other stuff on, which is, you know, pretty handy. They do a little bit jank. They do go a little bit jank. I'm not sure. I think it might be a little bit upset because of that thing on the other side there, but yeah, they're getting slightly confused, but you can do it at least one way. There you go. And that means that you don't have to yeah, you can use them in clever ways to increase your expansion ability. It's all right. And the final thing, and I've mentioned this before in another video, but I think it bears repeating. How you use conveyor lifts. You select the conveyor lift. You can rotate it when it's in the ground. So the ground point is the first point. Yeah. You can hit T to switch the conveyor input route round, and then you push the left click. You can vertically increase and decrease, and while you've got your finger on the left mouse button, you just hit R and you can rotate the top. It's still a really useful tip. I'm going to tell people again because it's handy. So there you go. And I think that's 10 things that are useful and hopefully helpful to your Alchemy Factory gameplay. So if you did enjoy, it'd be great if you could like, subscribe. Really helps out the channel. If you've got any other tips, stick them in the comments. You never know, you might be able to teach me something, which is great, because, you know, I'm always willing to learn about this game because it's really interesting. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Yo-ha.